Well, welcome back, guys, to the grand final of the grand final.
That's right.
Sorry.
The actual grand finals of this tournament itself.
Sorry.
And we've gone through 2 days, I think, of events.
2 days. We have actually, it's a whole circuit.
Yeah, it's a whole circuit for those who qualified to the top 8, and even a last chance qualifier that was held for a whole day yesterday, right?
Yes, and we have 28 players from yesterday's last chance qualifier, and we have 36 unique player actually joining from the 28 players. Yesterday, and also 8 players for the grand final tournament. So actually, 36 players are
have
attended for the tournament here in BINUS campus.
However, those 36 people have now gone down to the final two, who is none other than Fadli Putera
and also Garry Karnadi. So we'll see the bracket on the roadmap how these two players actually go on to these grand matches. So Hafiz Shahril and also Garry Karnadi Garry has won in the match against Hafiz Shahril with 2-1 score, and also Fadli Putera has won against Mangan from the match before on the 2-1 score, and right now they're going to battle each other. Garry Karnadi and also Fadli Putera do not mind the estimated time because we are ahead of the schedule.
That's true, but as we saw just now, even in the records itself, both Fadli and Garry, they had to fight 2-1 in order to move on to the finals itself.
Yes, so it's a really action-packed game, and I seriously believe that this game is one of the highest class in this region, in Indonesia.
Oh, that is true. Going through months of circuits, and that finally culminates in this one grand finals itself showcases that these players are indeed the best in this region.
Yes,
well, at the very least in terms of achievement.
Yes. And we'll be talking about achievement. We're going to the achievement of each player, and we'll be starting off with one of the finalists. We have the achievement from Fadli Putera.
Okay, I see. So I'll talk about Fadli here. So, as you have seen before, and as you can see now, he has been the champion for 4 online tournaments. Online tournaments number 3, 5, 6, and 10, and has been runner-up for the live in Bandung for the 3rd and 5th, and also top 8 for the live tournament in Jakarta. Is that right?
Yes. And also he won the friendly against Hong Kong with the score 2-1, and also against South Africa for the score 2-0. Not to mention that he also participated in one of the local circuits in Latin America.
Oh,
so there's a league, PGC league in Latin America, and he's one of the players on the roster.
I see, and if I'm not mistaken, he has also gone to countries like Malaysia itself to play in the regionals. I think it was in May.
Yes, it was in May, and I believe that. So April, May, sort of like that. I believe that Fadli has a lot of experience, especially in this format, and he wants to finish this season with winning the grand final tournament.
Yeah, and that is a respectable view, seeing that not many people have the opportunity to play internationally. So even winning a local tournament is big for them. So we'll move on to our next finalist.
Yeah, we're going to move on to the next finalist, which is Garry Karnadi. He has won top.
Not many achievements, but that does not stop him.
That does not stop him. LC Cube 4-1, and today he went into the finals. And also, this is also not an easy feat, especially he only plays on the first. He plays 3 live tournaments, and 2 of them he made it into the top 8.
So it shows that out of all the tournaments he's participated in, he has a very large amount of skill, and of course it's proven now, seeing that he is in the finals of this Indonesian circuit itself.
Yes, and we hope that we can see an interesting match, and of course we'll do the
topic. What?
Please do wait, because we are going on to the match shortly.
All right, but in the meantime, why don't you tell us what exactly are the prizes?
For the prizes, we have travel award for the champion and also the finalists. Not to mention, they get a cool trophy, and also they can also get travel award for 2 million rupiah for the champion, and also 1 million rupiah for the runner-up, which is quite big, especially you only spend 1,000.
That's a lot in terms of cash, especially. Well, regardless of where you are, that's a lot of amount of cash for you to blow. But either way, now seeing the teams itself, as you've seen before already. For Fadli Putera, he is carrying Tapu Lele, Driftblim, Arcanine, Buzzwole, Nihilego, and Metagross.
And on the right-hand side, we see Garry Karnadi is bringing his Togedemaru, Flygon, Gigalith, Kartana, Arcanine, and also Tapu Fini.
So, once again, Garry here, well, I wouldn't say he's an underdog, but he is bringing a Flygon which has not actually been seen much in any of the VGC.
But in this tournament, at least we have seen 2 Flygons actually.
In this tournament itself, correct?
We have seen 2 Flygons. Both teams have Arcanine, which on the statistics we have 11 Arcanines out of 16 teams.
True, Arcanine is the #1 choice for a fire-type Pokemon in this metagame.
And we have seen the Buzzwole as well. Buzzwole is
Buzzwole isn't the main Ultra Beast. Like if you saw in the World Tournament, especially the top 8, Celesteela has been the top choice for Ultra Beast. And the funny thing is that talking about Ultra Beasts and Arcanines and all, in the Worlds itself, it's been harking back to the older meta where stuff like Celesteela and Tapu Bulu has seen to succeed in the Worlds level tournament, and those were more of, I would say, the older meta.
Yeah, and also not saying about older meta, we also see the players such as Sam or Zelda PGC using the Tapu Lele and also Drifblim, which the Drifblim Lele combo. Which is the Drifblim Lele combo.
Drifblim Lele combo giving Tailwind support and the Unburdened Psychic Seed. Drifblim is really powerful. So here we go, seeing from.
Give a round of applause to these both trainers on the Grand Final tournament here in the studio. We'll see Fadli Putera leading with his 2 Pokemon, which is Arcanine and Metagross, while Garry Karnadi is leading with Tapu Fini and also Togedemaru.
So with Tapu Fini setting up the Misty Terrain, this would mean that if Tapu Fini scalds any of the Pokemon, they will not get burnt. But more importantly, right now, Fadli doesn't seem to be in the best of condition, I would say, because he is up against the Tapu Fini, which probably, I'm not mistaken, Garry is carrying Muddy Water.
Yes, Muddy Water is not a Pokemon that you want to. It's not a move that you want to make. But it's actually a relatively fast turn in the very first game.
Instead, switching into Tapu Lele, changing up the terrain to a Psychic Terrain instead, but to prevent any kind of fake out. Yep, there we go.
And there's a fake out coming from Togedemaru, but the Muddy Water decides to connect on both of these Tapu Lele and also Metagross.
If it missed, and there's no accuracy drop, so here comes the Z Psychic move from the Metagross, getting that Shattered Psych, gonna bust some brains from this Tapu Fini.
Tapu Fini or Togedemaru?
Well, I would assume Tapu Fini. I mean, obviously, it would try to get Tapu Fini.
Psych bringing one of Garry's Pokemon to. Okay, with that said, Tapu Fini is going to become the target, setting out, bouncing and bouncing, but do gets the kill after the Psychic boost.
And there we go, harking back to an old joke, the X on Metagross' face marks the cross on its grave.
Oh my god. And we see that the Togedemaru is not really in good position right now because it's not the fastest Pokemon.
It's fast, but however, it does not have much offensive capabilities.
Yes, especially when the fake out is not. It's relatively unusable.
It's wasted, yeah.
It's wasted. It's a wasted turn. But the Muddy Water at least gives off some decent damage to both of these 2 Pokemon, which is going to be useful on the very next.
And now he's going to bring in Arcanine instead with Intimidate, but it will not lower Metagross's attack because it has the Clear Body.
Clear Body. And yes, and here right now, Arcanine can just go for Flare Blitz onto both of these 2 Pokemon actually.
That is true, but the Arcanine has to be faster than
Metagross, because
the Metagross in the first place. But I think it should be faster, but whether it's faster than the Lele is a different question.
Yes, and Metagross itself, it sometimes holds heavy Earthquake, but I do not know this variant. And he decides to send out an Arcanine,
his own Arcanine, to get that Intimidate off, so it would lower the damage on both the Arcanine
and the Zigzag.
And the
Zigzag, yes.
Yeah, and the Togedemaru, I would say.
Togedemaru. And
going for Protect instead of fair
Flare Blitz.
Fair choice, I would say.
Fair choice, and the Psychic going into the Tapu.
Sorry, not the Tapu. The Togedemaru.
Not very effective, but the Zigzag will connect onto Tapu Lele
with very little damage.
Little damage. Of course, because of the Intimidate too.
Correct. Maybe now with the damage done on the Tapu Lele, it would be enough for a Flare Blitz to pick up the KO, given that it is faster. Since the name Windy would suggest it's as fast as the wind, but we might never know.
But you know, an extreme speed is not possible on this terrain as well.
Correct.
Because, yeah, it's on the psychic terrain.
And without Tapu Fini to reset the terrain, there's no way for Garry's Arcanine to launch off an extreme speed.
Yes, and so the target right now is more of
It's a bit of a dead weight, honestly.
yeah, that weight. It's not a bit of that weight, but decides to go for a spiky shield.
Maybe a last,
fishing that flare blitz going onto him, and the psychic onto
going into the Arcanine because it knows it can't protect anymore after that turn. But
the bulldoze.
oh, trying to lower the speed instead. Okay, that is interesting. Fair call, I would say.
It's a fair call, and you know, speed is really important in this format. And sometimes you want to strike first, sometimes you want to strike last.
But also going for its own bulldoze to lower the speed. But Tapu Lele will be also lower in his speed.
So Tapu Lele, but that's not kill. That's the KO. That's not a KO.
That's not a KO, unfortunately.
So yeah,
Popping the berry instead. Now
it's a mango berry, so it's a peach berry variant.
Yep.
So, yeah, therefore I think Arcanine can still give off huge damage onto the or at least kill the Tapu Lele. But the question here is, is really a that weight. Do you want to switch in or?
true. What might happen now? Actually, he might. Fadli can just sack Tapu Lele and bring in his Metagross or whatever Pokemon he has at the back, honestly. Because now with the Arcanine, which speed has been lowered, possibly any Pokemon he has at the back can do massive amounts of damage. So I think that is Metagross. Yeah, I guess he's gonna sack the Metagross then. Oh no, actually switching out to ensure that nothing happens.
Oh, and the little Kartana battling against Garchomp and the Zigzag onto the Metagross becomes cancel KO. Arcanine uses Bulldoze once more.
Does this activate a weakness policy? No, actually no. It's Psyche MC. Got you. Weakness policy is a favorite item on Metagross in the world's 2017 meta.
But here we see a lot of Metagross using actually a Z move.
Yep, Psyche MC for Fadli.
Yeah, Psyche MC for Fadli. Ama is using the Tectonic Rage variant, and
Correct,
also sometimes we have the all-out tumbling. And the Intimidate is going to kicks out and onto the Arcanine, Fadli's Arcanine. So
Fadli here can go for another Bulldoze with his Arcanine. He seems to be in a bit of a better position. As long as he can get rid of the Kartana, he should be in the clear. Or if he gets rid of the Arcanine, then he could possibly have a Buzzwole at the back. But actually going for a Protect there, okay.
Protect and do not want to get any damage and shooting. And there's the Bulldoze strong.
Going for another Bulldoze. Okay, fair. This I think should kill.
Yeah.
Yep.
And lower the speed of the Arcanine as well.
And also lower the HP, which is the more important thing.
And the Flare Blitz picking up the right call, protecting that Kartana. And right now, an extreme speed is a possible move.
But he has his Lele at the back to reset the plane, to reset the terrain.
If the Lele's,
he should at least, I feel.
He doesn't want to reveal his last Pokemon anyway.
Yeah, true.
He's still in a clear position.
Yeah, because now it really determines on which Pokemon he chooses to pick up the KO on.
Yes, and the paper play, which is the Kartana, can just go for a Sacred Sword onto the Arcanine, or even a Smart Strike to the Tapu Lele.
True, if he gets a smart strike onto the Tapu Lele, then he can just pick up another Beast Boost.
But of course, Kartana is really frail onto Fire-type Pokemon or Fire-type move such as Arcanine.
Yeah, so, correct. Oh, actually, Psychic going first. Does this reveal that it's Scarf since it outsped?
No, there's a Bulldoze. There's the Bulldoze just now.
No. The Kartana protected, so this must mean that.
No, there's the
Lele could be Scarf. No, the Bulldoze did not hit into the Kartana because it protected. It detected.
Oh, it's probably...
It could possibly be. I mean, we don't truly know, but now with another Bulldoze onto the Arcanine, its speed is lowered, so whatever Fadli has at the back, it can easily clean up right now.
But just now, yeah, we see Psychic also from always... We never see any other move.
Oh, never mind. It's a Nihilego. It's definitely going to pick up the KO.
Yeah. And so Nihilego can just pick up the KO with, especially after Garry's Pokemon do not have any more Peach Berry to activate.
Correct, yeah. So now, and even a Power Gem is more than enough to pick up the KO on the Arcanine.
And so yeah, I think Fadli will take his first game of the Grand Final tournament. And so Garry Karnadi should try to, change his strategy probably.
Somewhat, I would say. It's a bit hard for Garry because you see a lot of things kind of apparently revolve around his Togedemaru, and if his Togedemaru becomes dead weight, then he can't do much because Tapu Lele's psychic terrain is what prevents a lot of things from happening.
And yes, there's the first game of the Grand Final tournament. Fadli Putra is winning with 1-0, but Garry Karnadi still doesn't give up, wants to take the next game and try to win in this grand final tournament.
So Fadli here being able to push a lot with a switch and offensive momentum, and I suppose Garry is really it's quite difficult in trying to adjust to that. The main reason being that he does not have much bulk in most of his Pokemon. Fini being taken out very easily by the Metagross. The Arcanine not being able to intimidate and being bulldozed again and again.
And of course, not to mention, we want to speak about Submit, our sponsor, which we have the gaming Logitech gaming set for the headset and the webcam, and we also have PS Enterprise and also voucher credits from Unipin, and not to mention we held this event at BINUS International JWC campus on a BINUS budget on Tanjung and Sen, an event that is organized by BINUS International Japanese Culture Club.
Alright, so with both players, actually Fadli has already chosen his Pokemon, and now I think, yeah, it's really Garry that really needs to think hard about what Pokemon choices he wants to make. His team does not seem to be in an ideal position to fight against Fadli's hyper-offensive mode.
Yes, and but also we are interested to see the Flygon actually.
No, even though he does have Flygon, but we have to remember that the only form of speed control that Garry has is the Bulldoze on the Arcanine, whereas Fadli, he has, as we see now, the Drifblim Lele combo.
And we see the Drifblim Lele combo, and Flygon with Cortana is his answer for the Drifblim Lele combo.
That is a bit scary, honestly, but whether or not the Flygon can be able to pick up the KO on either Pokemon will be the question here, because if I'm not mistaken, it's especially attacking Flygon. So, like, there's not much.
Draco Meteor, Flamethrower.
But both, like, its strongest move, Draco Meteor, is ineffective against the Tapu Lele.
And also, I don't think it can pick up the KO onto the Drifblim, even though it's double targeting.
Yeah, because after the Psychic Seed, things just go the other way. And even if it does, it's already set up the Tailwind in its favor.
But probably if the Flygon brings a U-turn just to reset, just do a damage, and then after that recycle his Pokemon.
What would you try to do that for? See, Drifblim goes for a Tailwind. Now, I'm pretty sure that the Lele would want to go for a Psychic going into an Earth Power, revealing that it's a Scarf, I suppose.
Yes, it's a Scarf.
Going for a Moon Blast.
Going onto the Flygon.
Maybe he predicted that the Kartana would protect, but instead it didn't. So now I suppose a Smart Strike into the Tapu Lele because.
But the Smart Strike is going onto the Drifblim, doing some decent damage.
Decent damage, but wrong targeting, I would say. If it was actually smart, it would strike the Lele.
So it's a dumb strike?
It's a suboptimal strike.
Suboptimal strike, okay. But the terrain is now changed onto the Misty Surge.
And with the terrain gone, now it reduces the damage done by the Tapu Lele with its Psychic. So,
and it's potentially locked by Choice Scarf, the Psychic.
Correct, yeah.
Power should be reduced as well.
Yeah, and if the Drifblim has Will-O-Wisp, the Lele will not allow it now. I mean, the Tapu Fini's terrain will not allow it. So, switching instead into Arcanine, okay, fair move.
And the Smart Strike cannot probably kills off the Drifblim after they intimidate.
Correct.
But the Tapu Fini can deals off a huge damage. But
going for a Sunny Day to reduce
Muddy War. Potential Muddy War from Tapu Fini.
And it will also boost the fire attacks of Arcanine. Going for a Z move instead, Fightinium Z. Knowing that the Tapu Lele will switch out, going into a Fightinium Z instead.
It's huge.
Garry is pulling no punches with all-out pummeling.
All-out pummeling with those 1,000 hands. Ura. Going onto the Arcanine, doing a lot of damage.
But with the Intimidate, it will not be able to pick up the KO. And only doing half HP.
But Money Water. And so,
I guess the sun shone too bright in its eyes and it missed.
And the damage is
it's minimal with the sun reducing the damage as well on top of the special defense boost of the Psychic Seed.
Yep. But in any case, Arcanine can still survive for one more whole turn without dying. And it's going to be really hard for Garry to take home the win.
Correct, yeah, he needs... Fadli here is on the upper hand in terms of offense, but he needs to make it work. He needs to make it count.
Yeah, because even though, as you see on the games before as well, even though if you have the higher position or higher advantage, it doesn't mean that you win the game.
That is true. Now the question is like, well, going for a snarl instead. Maybe he predicted a protect onto the on the Kartana, but it's not paying off, it seems. Slowing the special attack even lower. Smart strike once again into.
The Dream Blade picks up the KO.
Yes,
and gets the beast boost. That's the most important thing.
That neutralizes the
Intimidate.
Yeah, the intimidate.
And there's a single target. Money one out
Fadli really, whatever RNG gods he has by his side, they're really fickle about it. Once again, going into Metagross, and Tailwind is still up, and
no, but if just now that the Flygon is still surviving, it can pick up.
It might be able to.
Huge damage with the Earth power on to the Arcanine.
But unfortunately, Tapu Lele just picking up easy pickings. Yep.
With the Moonblast.
Correct. So what I believe that he should do now is aim down into the. Oh, actually switching out. So going into the Arcanine at the back. So if he's going into it with the Psychium Z, it's gonna hurt. So as you can see, Clear Body takes nothing from Intimidate.
But the Intimidate is -1
Yep.
for this Arcanine. And the Flare Blitz all going on to the Arcanine.
Finally predicting the Protect. And I think, will this be the Psychium Z move?
But it just came out right.
Oh, did it? I don't think so. No, yeah,
the Psychium
it was in the
Z.
last match. So here we go, going Psychium Z.
And
Possibly into the Arcanine Sword, which I assume would be the one since he wants to pick up damage.
Yes, and there's the Shattered Psych from Metagross once more going onto, and you want to throw Arcanine around in place with it.
This should be enough, I assume. Or not! It is enough, and the Arcanine goes down. This Metagross is taking down bodies.
And the Tailwind is out.
The Tailwind is finally out, but it almost barely matters now because he still has 4 Pokemon at the back.
And the Sunny Day is still.
And the Sunny Day is only the Drift Blade is down, sorry. But either way, the Metagross right now is in a very comfortable position. It can definitely hit the Tapu Fini easily.
But his best bet, Gary's best bet is actually to go for a Sacred Sword, kills off the Arcanine, gets the some boost, and then kills off.
Try to kill.
Yeah, we'll try to kill, and then gets off onto the Tapu Lele once again, and then after that, just do the Metagross later on.
Here's the thing: as long as he gets rid of Fini, he theoretically should be able to make a Sacred Sword into the. Okay, finally the Muddy Water hitting
onto these 2 Pokemon. But Arcanine
still surviving.
And the accuracy
drop.
When the Flare Blitz, it connects.
Actually connecting. I think they should seal the deal. There is nothing that could save that Kartana from a Flare Blitz. Even with 1 Intimidate, there's the Sun. It doesn't matter because now Lele comes in for free. For free! Meteor Mash right to the face of that Fini, and now Tapu Lele comes in. Finish it off with a Psychic, I suppose.
Yeah, it's I wouldn't say that it's an excellent game, but Gary tries a lot.
Gary actually managed to make Fadli overpredict a bit, but unfortunately Fadli just had the better cards in playing with Metagross and switching in his Arcanine very smartly. So this should clean it out with that Scarf.
And we have our winner for the Grand Final Tournament, the pinnacle, the summit of the circuit in Indonesia, the Pokemon Trainer Circuit 2017 Grand Final. Here we have crowned the new champion in BINUS International JWC Campus Jakarta. It is Fadli Putra,
or better known as Fadli RNG Putra.
Fadli RNG Putra. But I think if, for example, that the Muddy Water gets hit.
Yeah, it could make a small difference, I suppose. But as you can see, even from the damage, he is able to survive at least 1 from that. So maybe in the last, it would make a difference. But as long as Fadli is making making wiser decisions, he still took it up in the end. But yeah, as you said, there is an amount of luck being played. But that's how Pokemon is all the time in this. Regardless whether you're playing casually, or competitively, RNG is one of the biggest things. It happens very small in very small circumstances, but the effects, the magnitude of it is huge.
But I think it's also the what you call the fun, where the fun
Yeah,
is. It's
it throws things under the bus, which makes it much more interesting.
Yes.
Of course, as a spectator sport, it's much more interesting. But if you're a competitor, you'll probably suck.
Yep. So I think that's all from us, and we're going to interview our winner.
Our champion of the Pokemon Indonesia 2017 Trainer Circuit Grand Finals,
Grand final is
Fadli
Fadli
Putra.
Putera.
So we'll catch you then. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back with none other than our champion, Fadli Putra. And Fadli, congratulations for winning the whole 2017 Pokemon Indonesia Trainer Circuit Grand Finals.
Thank you, my friend.
First and foremost, how do you feel about the finals just now?
In all honesty, arrogant it might sound, but I really believe that this is a winnable game by looking at the matchup, right? And his Fini is spec, so my Arcanine is Assault Fast, so I feel pretty good. But during the semifinal, I don't feel that confident. But thank God, things turned out okay.
That is true. You pulled through the semi-finals, especially with I would say an almost intoxicating amount of RNG.
Yeah.
But I think we can both agree that that's really just the game itself. And even in the final battle, you saw on how certain moves missed and certain crits hit. But either way, you pulled through anyways, and your strategy against Garry proved
Works.
Yeah,
very
works
well.
anyways, because you know you had your Sunny Day up, you had
Tailwind.
you had Tailwind up to prevent, and even then you sacked the right Pokemon. You kept your Tapu Lele at the back very, very cleverly, because you know you can handle the Pokemon later on.
Yeah, that was my game plan.
All right, very good. Now I guess our last question is like, do you have any shout outs to give, any appreciations?
Okay, before we're going to the shout out part, there are a few things that I would like to address. The first one is okay. There's a chant that goes something like this. You're having a laugh. You're having a laugh. Champions of Indonesia, you're having a laugh. If we look back at 1 year ago, exactly 1 year ago, in August 2016, I was just start playing Pokemon. So if by then you told me that one day, fast forward 1 year later, I would be champions of Indonesia, that would be my response. Yeah? Champions of Indonesia, you're having a laugh. Turns out here I am, the champions of Indonesia, the first ever champion of Indonesia.
Now you're having the last laugh.
Second of all, people said I have never won the big one. As Hashegi kindly pointed out to me that I'm the only person, bar Tofik, that has never won any live tournament. Okay, I lost my 2 finals due to RNG, but this time the RNG sides with me. So I was planning on winning this since the first time. No, I said since the beginning. You know, I may not win the live tournaments, but I have the last lap.
But you won the big one.
The big one.
You know, if there was a metaphorical mountain here in Indonesia, you've climbed it and now you stand on top.
Thank you, Aqlif.
Right, so
Well, last but not least, I would like to give shout out to different hemisphere of this world. My friend from Latin America, they stay up this late. They're watching my match. As some of you may know, I was drafted in Pokemon Super League, the Latin America thing. Them people are staying up. I think it's 4 a.m. in their country, but they stay up to watch me in finals. I would like to give a shout out to you all. Thank you for watching and thank you for supporting me. And sorry if I keep losing in your game but winning in here.
all right. So anything else to say before we finally conclude this tournament itself?
Thank you, Pokemon staff and everyone else that made me champion of Indonesia and 155 USD richer.
Cool. Now you're balling. Now
I'm
it's
rich.
over. Congratulations, friend. And that is all for today. The finals of the 2017 Pokemon Indonesia Trainer Circuit Grand Finals. We will catch you next year. And let's see if Fadli Putra maintains his championship. I'm Aqlif from Malaysia and we're signing out.